Well, we have seen basically from the day that Liz Truss became Prime Minister, some Conservative MPs plotting to get rid of her. Some clearly have no faith in her. Many, of course, backing Rishi Sunak, and we've seen reports already of letters going in. I did a video recently on the reports that some Conservative MPs are actually plotting for Rishi Sunak to come back and become Prime Minister without a vote even taking place. Well, it does look like this plot has legs, because another report today that in fact it could be a Sunak-Mordaunt, Penny Mordaunt of course, alliance. Now this has been talked about by Paul Goodman, who's the editor of Conservative Home and a former MP. Someone very linked in, I would say, to conservative thinking. And he recently wrote this piece that the Conservative MPs were mulling a new means of ousting Truss and cutting party members who, of course, backed Truss out of a leadership election. And he wrote that some Conservative MPs are mulling an arrangement as follows. A new leader cannot be challenged for a year under the 1922 committee's rules. The 22's executive meets. It votes to change them. Truss is challenged and faces a confidence vote. She loses it. The executive then sets a threshold of 100 nominations for the election to replace her, or whatever figure will allow candidate A to be the only one nominated. He or she then declare leader, and there is no membership ballot. I don't expect Conservative members or Conservative voters, frankly, to be very happy or satisfied at all if that was to transpire. But Goodman spoke about this again on the BBC today, about what this could look like. That all sorts of different people are talking about all sorts of different things in terms of Conservative backbenchers. All sorts of names being thrown around. Rishi Sunak, perhaps a Boris Johnson return, Kit Mulhouse, Sajid Javid. One idea doing the rounds, he's saying though, is that Penny Mordaunt and Rishi Sunak, of course, both leadership candidates, who between them got pretty much 2/3 of the votes of MPs, come to an arrangement and take over, and that the arrangement would be without party members having a say-so. And he said he's not very enthusiastic about that kind of idea himself, nor about the prospect of the Conservative Party junking what would be its fourth leader in 7 years. And I think Nadine Dorries actually raises a good point on this, that MPs circulating a smorgasbord of names on who should replace Truss as PM and not take into account the fact that they cannot foist upon the British public another Prime Minister that the public have not voted for, a totally untenable position, and she is backing Liz. I would say already, actually, I think there's a quite big demand now. We saw this in recent polling with YouGov. Quite big public demand now for a general election, given voters were never given a say over the future of Boris Johnson, who, of course, was given a big pro-Brexit majority by the British public. But this is definitely being talked about, the potential of a Sunak-Mordaunt alliance taking over from Liz Truss. I have to say, I think Conservative members and voters would be furious if this was to happen. But let me know what you make of that prospect in the comments below, guys. I'll keep bringing you the very latest, so please do whack this video a quick thumbs up. And of course, as ever, cheers for watching.